Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 22 of Gamestack Podcast. Welcome, weary travelers. I'm Shalene, and with me is Rick and Vendertron.
How's it going, everyone?
Welcome, sir or madam.
So, how are you guys doing? How are you doing today?
Sleepy.
Oh, very sleepy.
I think this was quite a week for all three of us.
It was. We were all traveling. Doing
It was
things.
a week, you guys.
Yes.
It was a week.
7 days that happened.
Yeah.
I'm here with my shout out to a listener who works at a roastery, the Oak and Crow. I'm here with their wonderful road crewed brew to power me through this show.
Oh,
Fantastic.
that's cool. Product placement
delicious.
there
Hashtag
on the podcast.
not sponsored.
No, not at
yeah.
all. I love. It's literally. I've
Let
had
me
coffee.
just drink my Evian.
And this vanilla Coke.
Look. This guy roasts. I think it's one or two guys. It's artisan. It's like a thing he's doing, trying to like do his thing and make a thing out of it. So I'm not trying to like promote the stuff. I'm just saying it's the best coffee that I've had ever in my life.
Well,
Yeah, it smelled fantastic. Let me tell you.
yeah, I can.
It's
Oh, yeah, that does smell good.
Don't do that.
Oh man, I love you guys so much. I'm so glad to see you.
Well, I'm
Oh,
glad
man.
it's another Friday.
Indeed. And hello as well to everyone who's joining us in the live Twitch chat room. Twitch.tv/We Just Love Games. Shout out to Archin and Asher Dusk. I believe that is a first-time listener, Asher Dusk?
Yes, he just followed us this like a couple minutes before we went live.
Fantastic.
Asher Dusk is
welcome.
actually one of our fellow Discord members who
Ah,
suggested our Gamestack challenge for this evening, which we will get to a little bit later on.
Nice.
Wonderful. Hello to Pixelated
comes full
Twix.
circle.
Shout out to Joseph Tao, Vaultec Dweller, the one and the only one, Golden Gaming. The color is like not working with my eyes here. But welcome
Oh.
all the same. And also Sean Aiken. Welcome everyone. Yeah. So, guys, is there anything that I've forgotten to mention before we get this podcast rolling?
Oh, there's a lot, man. There's a lot.
Okay.
Like what, Rick? What do you got?
Well, if you are a listener of that Fallout show, we had an email talking to us about a listener of the Fallout Feed podcast, a fellow podcast about Fallout, and that listener, Carrie, needs some help. She has a I think it's a rare syndrome, I believe. It's EDS.
Yeah, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome.
Yes. And what happens is she doesn't have long, and she's trying to raise money for an emergency surgery, and she needs to raise 100,000 pounds. And so far, she's finally broke halfway. She's at like I think 51K.
Yeah.
So it's close. And we blasted out a Twitter takeover on this Tuesday of this past week, and got Bethesda's attention, Pete Hines' attention. So that was awesome and successful. And we were like, we want to do more. We want to do some more stuff for Carrie and try to get her some more money. So we decided that now everyone mark your calendars, on August 26th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., 12 hours, a half marathon, we are doing a charity stream for Carrie.
What day was that, Rick?
That is August 26th, which is a Sunday from 10 a.m. to 10
August
p.m.
26th.
Eastern time. Okay?
All right.
So everybody
Okay,
write that
okay.
in your calendars and come to that. There will be lots of games to be had. It'll be like
26th, guys. August 26th.
see Vendor's putting it in his calendar right now.
Putting it in the calendar right now.
Unfortunately,
10.
it's green screened out.
Yeah. No, that's actually. I'm glad that it's green screened out because that's actually my boss's like console
Oh.
service, so her full name is there. But
So yeah, come all, bring everyone. There will be really cool stuff that's happening there that's only exclusive. And also please bring some casholas to donate to Carrie's fund.
And if you have any suggestions of what you'd like to see us play or
Yes.
anything like that, feel free to send those along as well.
Yeah, so again, that's August 26th. That's next Sunday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We will be streaming for Carrie to get better. So
right. So
that's
when
that's
payday,
our,
that's a couple weeks. You have like a little over a week. right?
Mhm.
Before that happens. So when you get your next paycheck, please don't blow all your money on jet and prostitutes. Save some, bring it to the podcast, bring it to the
Shalene,
stream.
do you wanna throw up the poster there real quick so people
Oh,
can see?
You
I was.
goofball.
I'm sorry, guys.
There we go. That's what we're
Vendertron
waiting
made this
for.
lovely poster, so yeah, I'm just gonna leave this up here for a little while.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Maybe I'll just leave it up
marker-
there. Should I leave it up there the whole stream? Just leave it up there?
Yeah, leave it up the whole stream.
Fantastic.
So
I know that on the post, I gotta actually change the poster because we're gonna do a multi-Twitch, are we not?
well, we're gonna do a bunch of different
Yeah,
things.
So
and
well, I
also-
mean, we'll be hosting it from the We Just Love Games channel, but I'll be streaming from my own channel.
yeah. So we'll be doing it all.
and things like that. So
Indeed.
So it'll be a fun day, and it'll be a good day.
yeah,
Yes.
it's gonna be great. I'm really hoping that every little bit counts. So I'm hoping that we can make somewhat of a difference on her journey to her goal.
Yep.
And
Indeed.
she really, I think her deadline for needing this is September.
Right.
It's not too far away. So spare
So
a few
it's
bottle
coming
caps
very
for a fellow
quickly.
Wastelander.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. So hopefully we can turn some of this attention into dollars and progress and a lifeline for this woman, this fellow gamer. Yeah, we'll see how we can do with that, and we appreciate your support, everyone out there in listener land. So, guys, we are doing a podcast today. Ordinarily, this is the time where we would talk about our iTunes 5-star reviews, but there were none. So, apparently, iTunes is broken or something because nobody
Yeah.
went
Did you
to
tell them?
iTunes.
Did somebody tell them?
I emailed
Someone
Mr.
call
iTunes.
Apple.
I emailed Mr. Apple.
But we do appreciate your 5-star reviews on iTunes. That helps people find the show. Today we are going to be talking about all the latest gaming news. Probably not all the latest gaming news, but
Most.
5 or 6 items from the latest gaming news. We will update you on stock prices in the gaming sphere. We will chat about our own gameplay shenanigans, and I don't believe we had any emails this week, but we'll check the old mailbag and see if we can find anything.
Yeah. One little envelope plops out.
Indeed. I work in a rural post office, and that occasionally happens. I'll have like a big old mail sack and open it up, turn it over, and it's one envelope. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like
great.
when we'll get an express mail or something. Yeah, it'll be a single envelope fluttering down. We have to turn our bags inside out and stuff to make sure we don't miss. That's postal podcast for this week.
Good
Let's
catch.
move on to the nose.
Good
yeah.
catch.
Yeah, that would have been our first flub so far, but we. IGN fired a dude because he was stealing other people's work and posting it as though it were his own work. It was a really unfortunate story. Philip Mewson, who was the Nintendo editor for IGN, he was fired after an investigation into some allegations that he had plagiarized a review of Dead Cells. So the YouTuber named Boomstick made a video saying, "Hey, IGN stole my review. What do I do?" And so this got a lot of attention. IGN suspended the review. They investigated. I took a look at this on the day, and I wasn't sure that it was necessarily plagiarism as much as it was two reviewers using incredibly generic terminology to describe a Metroidvania game. Because to me, it seemed like really generic terms. But IGN found that it was indeed plagiarism, and they let him go from his job. And further investigations found even more instances of plagiarism. IGN ended up actually removing everything this guy wrote while he was there. Everything. They're re-reviewing games. And I looked at some of the other instances of plagiarism, and they were pretty blatant, guys. Like,
So it definitely
extremely
was
blatant.
a
It
case
was-
of plagiarism.
Absolutely. Like, some of the other instances, it was unquestionable. It was just It was shameless.
Bwomp.
It was pretty shameless. And it's just insane to me that someone would risk their job like that, and that someone also could get away with that for so long.
Yeah.
For so long. It's just, yeah. It's gonzo.
I do like the fact, though, that IGN is that, like, trustworthy in the sense of the second they found out, they're like, action.
They did. They handled it well.
Yeah.
They handled
and that makes
it well.
me happy that, you know, that media outlet isn't shady, I guess you could say in that way.
Musin released a sort of apology with air quotes, after this happened, in which he apologized to the developer of Dead Cells, and he apologized to IGN for the sort of painting them with the same brush. But he never did take a stance on whether or not he had, in fact, done plagiarism. You know, he never did say, hey, I did this, guys, and I'm sorry. And he never said either, conversely, he didn't say, hey, I didn't do this. You know, this was not plagiarism. He never took a stance on whether or not he had done something wrong. And also in the video, he never apologized to the YouTuber. In fact, he kind of acted like the YouTuber should be grateful for all the attention that his
Wait a
channel
minute.
was
So
getting.
he never acknowledged Boomstick Gaming?
Well, he did mention them in the video, but he said, like, hey, Boomstick, I hope that this attention is really good for you. And, like, it was weird. He never said, hey, man, I'm sorry. You know, it was...
Cool.
It was such a bizarre video.
Can we just, like, oh, man. Can we just, like, take a step back and talk about plagiarism for a minute here? Because, like,
before we launch into that, let me just mention, this was my final point, and Pixelated Twix in the chat brought it up. Even his resume on LinkedIn was copy-pasted. It was plagiarized.
Classy, man.
Even his resume. Go ahead, Vendertron.
Oh, well, I was just going to say that it's a very serious offense, and I think that, you know, podcasts and streams and YouTube videos are, I mean, it's the same rules apply.
Right.
Like, and you know, anybody listening to this show, you know, if you're making any content or material that's going to be publicly available, if you're talking about some other intellectual property or work that somebody else has written, you have to make sure that you source that appropriately.
Indeed. Speaking of, we are using Kotaku, the reporting of Jason Schreier, as our primary source here.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Making sure we're not plagiarizing anything.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So Reddit user ToastyBaguette64 actually did a transcription of the evidence that was presented, and actually showed that from his own opinion, that there was about half of the script which was directly copied from Boomstick, while the other half was paraphrased in a not so subtle way. But
well, good luck getting a job anywhere in the gaming industry. See you on Fox News.
Yeah, he's never gonna work in the field again. I mean, that's. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
That's good that he's not going to work in the field again.
Scary.
I mean, yeah, but it blows my mind.
Yeah.
Blows my mind.
It's not that scary, though, because, like, people are always, like, saying this is, like, crazy, but I find the best way to avoid these kinds of situations is to not plagiarize.
Cite your sources, guys. Cite your sources. And cite them properly.
Indeed.
But, yeah.
Yep. That's, like, 50% of my job is referencing.
It's safe to say that his career has been killed, so R.I.P. his career.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's too bad.
You know what? While we are in mourning for Phil Muson's career, let's also go into mourning for the Dishonored series, you guys. R.I.P. Dishonored. R.I.P. Arcane's Dishonored series is taking a break for now, which is breaking my heart as well, because this is one of my favorite series of recent gaming. I love Dishonored. I love it so much.
Did they say why?
Well, Not really, but I would say it's because of sales. Sales were not stupendous. Dishonored 2 and Dishonored Death of the Outsider, they didn't sell supremely well. Which, like, Dishonored 2 was so good, you guys. It was just so good. But what they said is basically that that the Dishonored series is going to be put to rest, and there was some talk of Arcane maybe going in a more multiplayer direction in the future, which makes me feel a little nervous. So, yeah.
Yeah, because you're a big fan of the Dishonored series.
Huge fan of the Dishonored series. So,
yeah,
it makes me really, really sad. Really, really sad. So, yeah.
That's too bad.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But, you know, all good things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do they have to really?
Mm-hmm.
So. Do you think Fallout would have kept going if they didn't do a multiplayer?
Of
Yes.
course.
Yeah, that's
Fallout
one of those things that
4 sold like crazy.
Well, it's those kind of open world kind of games. The Dishonored isn't necessarily open world; it's open level design.
Yeah.
And it's kind of what you see. It's kind of WYSIWYG. And Fallout is very much what you make of it. So, I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those things. Maybe if they had like a, I don't know, maybe modding system, that'd be kind of terrifying.
So what else is in that gray cloud, Shalene?
Well,
that you got there.
Gosh, why did I do this? Why are all my stories so sad? We're supposed to be a positive gaming podcast. Oh dear, oh dear.
Well, I am
guys,
positive that this guy is a moron that we're about to talk about.
Speaking of dudes that lost their jobs for dumb reasons, Adam Winger, the director of the North Logan City Library in Utah, he embezzled $89,000. $89,000. $89,000. And can you imagine what he spent this on, Rick, Vendor? You guys have any ideas?
A lifetime
Candy Crush.
Microtransactions.
You guys are joking, but it was Game of War.
What?
It was Game of War. The
that's
strategy
an
game, the
addiction.
mobile strategy game, Game of War. Yeah.
Oh.
He bought a bunch of Amazon cards and iTunes cards, which he put towards Game of War microtransactions.
Wow.
Nice.
He
Very
pled
nice.
guilty to theft and forgery. So he's
Sean Aiken in the chat's like, that's all?
Oh man, sentenced to 30 days in jail and 100 hours of community service. In addition, he has to pay restitution of $78,000 prior to sentencing. So yeah.
I wish that you could, like,
He
if
sold
I was a
his
person that had
house.
trouble with gambling, I wish that there was an option for me to put like a cap on my microtransactions in a game or something.
But you wouldn't.
You know what? That probably is an option. Are there parental controls?
But
Yeah.
Not for Mr. Winger.
Yeah.
an addict wouldn't do that, though.
He sold his house and cleared out his retirement to pay that $78,000. So
Well,
yeah.
That's insanity.
That's silly.
It makes me
Well,
feel
you know-
a little better about my Fallout Shelter habits, though.
Yeah.
Goodness. Well, you know what is not so bleak, you guys? The Carries Fund Twitter flash mob that happened this week on Twitter on Tuesday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 12 if you're Rick. Many of us from the Bethesda community did a flash mob tweet to Bethesda and Bethesda Studios for Carries Fund. And the event gathered a lot of followers from all over the wasteland to get Bethesda's attention. And it worked, you guys. It worked. Of those who supported the cause, we seen retweets from the notable Bethesda team members such as Pete Hines, who actually donated £100 to the cause and said, "Best of luck, Carrie. Stay strong." We also saw a donation from Matt Grandstaff for £40, saying, sending positive thoughts to you. Good luck, Carrie. And Bethesda actually itself retweeted the Carrie's Fund
That's awesome.
flash mob tweet, which was fantastic. That was our goal, you guys, and we did it. So, you know, I think it was that Fallout feed that organized that. But anybody who participated from that Fallout show and the We Just Love Games community, we thank you for taking the time to retweet our tweets or tweet out your own tweet. You did a great job, guys. It was a good thing that happened. And so we're really hoping that we can keep going with that with the upcoming charity live stream. So we hope that you can join us once again this coming Sunday.
No, I was going to say, like, they got more, you know, people who did the retweet got more karma for doing that than if they gave the purified water to that guy outside of Rivet City Mega.
Right.
Hopefully we can turn some of this positive karma and attention into actual donations, because as fantastic as the expression of social media support is, that's not what's going to pay for her surgery. So hopefully this does translate into donations at gofundme.com/carriesfund100K.
Yeah, and it pushed her over her half mark, so that was nice.
Indeed.
Hopefully it got some more traction. Do we know what the Fallout feed is doing after that?
No.
Have we heard anything from them?
Okay. No. Well, but
yeah, so that's it was
you
cool.
know what
it was
I bet
cool to
they're
be
going
part
to
of
be
that,
doing
though.
is coming to support us on on our charity live stream.
What?
But if we find out any other news of events that are going on to support Carrie, we will absolutely let you guys know.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Speaking of channeling funds, Discord has actually launched a store in beta, you guys. So Discord is taking on Steam. They launched a beta store.
This is a David and Goliath story if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, this is a project.
I can't beat you.
I don't think Discord's gonna win this fight.
No.
But they set out to actually do this 3 years ago, and so they're rolling out the beta test to about 50,000 Canadian players.
Why'd they start with Canadians?
Because we're better, obviously.
Is Discord like based in Canada?
I don't know. It must be. But it'll be expanding over time. And this article that's written comes straight from the Discord website. So if you guys are looking for more information on the beta and how to get involved, just go straight to the Discord website. There's no privacy or embargoes on that or NDAs. This is publicly available information. So I took a look at the store, and they've got some pretty cool stuff. They've got games and things. They also have merch, but I think they also had swag and merchandise that they were selling before. But they've got games like Hollow Knight, Into the Breach. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's a different take on it. I don't exactly know how it works. If it bridges with Steam, or I think it uses Nitro, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But,
well, at least they're trying.
Yeah, it's cool. I think it'll give people a different opportunity to play some of the games that they've missed or were never able to access or pay for on Steam.
Neat.
Yeah.
Very cool.
We've also got, speaking of games and things, playing games, I want to talk about consoles. I want to talk about consoles, you guys.
What?
I stumbled across a post on Reddit the other day by the Kipling, Reddit user Kipling, posted earlier this week a manifest of the lifetime sales of all video game consoles. And I thought this was really interesting. I'm not entirely sure how accurate it is because it seemed as though he put this together himself. But I don't. Do you guys want to take a guess at the top three?
NES.
Yeah, that's up there. I'm gonna say PlayStation 2.
Yeah, that was
because
gonna
that
be my
was
next guess.
huge.
Huge. Everybody had a PlayStation 2, right?
And
I'm gonna say what?
The original DS.
I was gonna say the Wii.
That's
So
also a
coming in
good
at number
guess.
3, we've got Game Boy.
Oh, yeah.
Which is pretty darn popular, you guys.
Yeah.
Number 2, Nintendo DS. You are right, Shalene. And the number 1 console is PlayStation 2.
Yeah. We are.
So thank you to Redditor the Kipling for posting that on the Reddit Gaming
the Wii was
subreddit. It was
So what's on the bottom, Vendor?
So I don't know. You guys want to talk about those guys on the bottom? Like
I just
really
pulled
important.
it up. 26th is the Atari 7800.
Yeah.
Wow.
25th is the Dreamcast.
Nintendo Switch is at 20, but they haven't been out for that long.
No. Wii U is at 22, and Game Gear is at 23.
Yeah, the Game Gear.
Well, PS4 and Xbox 360 are still in the top 10, so
that's good though.
That's pretty
there
good.
is a huge gulf between PS4 and Xbox One. There's.
Yeah, there is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Wow. Nintendo 64 is right behind Xbox One.
Yeah.
My man. Very
Somebody's Vaultec Dweller in the chat's asking about Dreamcast. I don't know if I see that on the list.
They were
down at the bottom,
20,
25.
Dreamcast was way ahead of its time, if you ask me. It was disc-driven. It was really good graphics.
It really was.
It just wasn't pushed very hard. And
Yeah.
I played Sonic on Dreamcast, and it was like, I remember my little brain being blown.
Yeah, Dat Dr. TFA says Switch isn't going to do well until Waluigi gets added to Smash. Speaking of Switch, you guys, I wanted to tell you that Blizzard has now admitted that Overwatch might be a possibility on Nintendo Switch.
Wow.
So there's been a lot of talk about Diablo 3 and bringing that to Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, did you see Ganon is going to be a playable character in Diablo 3?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
So that's pretty exciting. And Pete Stillwell actually said that anything is within the realm of possibility when it comes to putting this game on the Switch. And he also said that our team was given the task to work on this. If Overwatch developer Team 4 picks up that endeavor, that's on them. As of right now, Diablo is our only focus on Switch. So when asked if he thinks that Overwatch could run on the Switch, he said yes, it's certainly feasible. So
I just feel like people would be like, so Pete, how you doing? Still well.
Yeah.
Still well.
It's still well.
Oh, good.
Still well.
Good.
So for any of you who play Overwatch religiously and have a Switch, that might be something that you could look forward to.
I can't imagine that it would be very easy to play Overwatch on Switch. Like, you'd have to use a Pro Controller and like docked mode.
Yeah.
My wife played Overwatch for a while. Looked like it would not appeal to me at all.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked.
But I get it.
It looks kind of entertaining, but it wasn't really something that piqued my interest either.
What's funny is for me, it's like I'll tell people like for my FPSs or in multiplayers, like I don't really like themed characters. Like, oh, this person gets the sniper rifle and has these specials and that sort of thing. And then it's like, oh, that's not my cup of tea. I'd rather play Battlefield 1 where you get a medic that, you know, only carries certain weapons and does certain things, and support class that carries certain weapons and does certain things. And then I look like a big hypocrite.
Yeah.
I think it just boils down to the
really,
cartoony.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You don't like cartoony things.
Yeah. Which is
Sea of Thieves gets a
surprising.
pass,
Sea of Thieves
Yeah.
gets a pass, yeah.
But the water is extremely realistic, so.
Yeah.
Which is ironic, hey?
Mm-hmm.
That really makes the game. I don't know if I would think of it the same if the water wasn't realistic.
True.
True. It's like the water's so realistic you can smell the salty air. And
you literally can
wind in
feel
your
the
beard.
mist. I can feel the mist getting caught in my ginger beard.
I just kind of spit
now
into
and
a
again
fan
I get
me.
actually seasick when we play Sea of Thieves. So.
That
When we
is
play Sea of Thieves,
impressive.
I get my spray bottle out and I just.
Guys, let's go play Sea of Thieves, guys.
Okay. Well,
night.
bye. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for hanging out. A big shout out to Joseph Tao in the chat who packages and parcels up several really great news stories for us every week. So thank you for doing that.
Secrets.
Well, he is a contributor of the show, Rick.
He is.
And we always acknowledge him. Come on.
Indeed.
Yeah.
We don't want the Gamestack scandal 6 months from now.
Yeah.
When Joseph Tao comes out,
he's setting us up for the fall.
All that news for them.
Oh man. Well, guys, if you like games on sale, PS4 is there's a massive sale on the PlayStation store. This is the US PlayStation store. GameSpot actually came up with this with a really great article, which I'll share with you guys in the chat. It has a list of all the awesome games that you can have access to. But some of the things that we see on sale right now are things like God of War on sale for $40, $35 if you're a PS Plus member. Horizon Zero Dawn, you can get the complete edition for just $16, you guys. $16.
If you haven't played it, get it.
Massive JRPG. Persona 5 is selling for $35.
I keep thinking about getting that. People say really good things about it, and it looks very stylish, but I don't know what the actual gameplay is. I don't want to pick it up, and it turns out to be like a pixel art turn-based combat.
Yeah. I honestly don't know.
Somehow doubt that's how that is.
So guys, if you've played Persona 5, let me know if this is a game I would enjoy.
Yeah.
I would have called it Persona 5.
Well, you play BioShock, Shalene. You can pick up that collection for $20 if you want. If you guys are into Batman, you can pick that game up for $12. That is the Return to Arkham.
Oh, okay.
Return to Arkham, yeah. Grand Theft Auto 5, $21, which I think is selling on Steam for about $60 right now. So, Star Wars Battlefront 2, $20, Rick.
Nice.
$20.
Don't play it anymore.
Oh, there was a short time when you played it.
2 weeks. I was like, this is great, guys.
Yeah, I love everything. And then that was it.
Yeah.
We always get so jaded so fast.
We do.
Yeah, and for those of you who like watching our Days of Our Life is Strange series, you can pick up Life is Strange Season 1 with PS Plus for just $4.
That's
four
so
big ones.
cheap.
I know.
Do that, guys. That's so cheap.
It's
Like
practically stealing these games, you guys. But yeah.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
So speaking of stealing,
the court has blocked the maker of the GTA Online cheating program from selling them. This article comes to us from this is a Kotaku story, and have you guys heard about this issue?
No, but this seems like a given, honestly.
Yeah. So there's a federal judge in the U.S. that ruled that the man distributing the cheating software for Grand Theft Auto 5 would not be able to sell that, which I think is great. I mean,
I agree.
I don't know. Like, it's kind of an open shut case to me.
Yeah, I know. It's like
ends in less cheating.
I feel like this was like a 5-second court decision. Like he's sitting there reading like, "Is a game maker?"
Yeah, he's probably like, "Why did you even come to me with this?"
Yeah. So.
Yeah. But like this has been a problem for GTA.
Oh really?
Yeah. And this lawsuit in particular actually alleges that the man who developed this software breached the terms of GTA 5's user agreement. And so by selling these cheat programs, and Take-Two actually is seeking to recover a minimum of $500,000 in damages as a result.
Ooh.
So
well, good luck.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
So, but yeah, guys. Good news, everyone. Bad news, everyone. Spyro Reignited Trilogy delayed to November.
Oh no.
Yeah, so if all you Spyro fans out there are looking forward to it, it's being delayed to November 13th, which...
So is your wife just in the other room just crying into a pint of
She
chocolate chip?
texted me that her life has been ruined. Now, but here's
so
the
you
thing.
weren't in arm's reach when that went down.
No, I was in Virginia. Or
She
else I would have
needed
been
you,
like,
Rick.
This would have been flying.
Yeah, so here's Hear me out. Spyro was coming out for PlayStation 4, and then and Nintendo, they were asked, "Hey, is this going to come out on Switch?" And Nintendo was like, "No, maybe." You know how that goes. And so a lot of people were like, "It's coming out on the Switch." And Sarah was going to be buying it for the PlayStation 4 and the Switch when it came out.
Yeah.
However, they're under the assumption that November 13th is when the Switch version was going to come out, a month after the PlayStation 4 version did. So now they're thinking that it's going to pop on the same day, both the Switch and PlayStation 4 version. So if you were looking forward to Spyro, you're going to have to wait. There you go.
It's terrible.
That's all. If I did not talk about that tonight, I probably wouldn't have made it the next week because she would have killed me. She's like, "You need to tell the people."
You got to tell them, Rick. Tell the people what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Or what they don't want to hear, I guess.
Except
in this case,
she doesn't sound like that. So.
I really like your wife's love for Spyro.
Yeah,
that's great.
I didn't know it existed.
Interesting.
Until I knew she loved Spyro, and I knew she dug it, but I didn't realize it was like an obsession.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
We should do a McVick family Spyro stream sometime.
Wow,
she's talked about
really
doing
rolled
streaming.
through that well, Shalene. That was quite the tongue twister.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys should do that for sure. And this one is this is a trilogy.
Yes, it's all three of them.
So what is it that they're adding that's new then?
It's built from the ground up. It's not like a remaster. It's just a redo.
Oh.
Think like what was that game they just redid?
Oh, you gotta narrow it down, man.
Shadow of the Colossus. Shadow of the Colossus. It's like they rebuilt it from the ground up. They didn't really necessarily add anything. Oh, it's Garofalo and it's Spyro. You mean Alduin? Which that would be amazing. You're just like, and you're great. And then Todd Howard would laugh hysterically because he's like, "I put Skyrim in everything." So yeah, that's a bummer. But anyway,
well, it's gonna be a great video game.
Yeah, you can't put. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I'm rude.
Well, no, I think I would like to invest some time in playing that at some point.
And I was gonna say you can't put much stock in release dates these days anyway.
Well, you know what you could do, Rick? You could invest money in video games, which leads us almost to our next segue, which is Gamestack.
We were both just headbutting for segues.
Before we get into the GameStocks part of the show, I want to tell you guys a little bit about what I found today on the interwebs.
What? There's a lot out there.
So let's kind of let's go back in time to 2013.
Ooh.
I want to share with you, if you invested $1,000 in these 4 video game stocks, how much richer you would be today.
You're awful.
And this article that I found comes out of Motley Fool, which is a great investing
they are a great
blog
resource.
And site for information on investing. Some of it is very bipartisan. So I wouldn't recommend, taking all of their advice on a whim. But the top companies in the video game industry, we know have performed very well over the last few years. And amongst those are companies like Take-Two Interactive, Ubisoft, EA, Activision, Microsoft. These companies have gained an incredible boost in capital gains, looking at stock price increase of about 300 to 600% in the last 5 years. So let's go through the list. Activision, price on August 6th, 2013, $17.45. On August 6th, 2018, they closed at $70.57.
Wow.
That is a 304% change. So if you invested $1,000 on August in 2013, you would be sitting at just over $4,000. EA, $26.44 in 2013, closing on August 6th at $129.03. That's a 388% gain on investment, putting you up about $3,800.
Aye.
Yeah. Take-Two also started at around $17 in 2013, closing at 121.32 on August 6th. That's a 576% gain. That's crazy. And Ubisoft takes the bait with opening to the stock market at $15 and closing on August 6th, 2018 at 108.50.
Wow.
With a gain of 619%. So you would have made about $6,000 in gains. That's crazy. Had you invested $4,000 in those 4 companies, you would have made over $22,000.
That is so cool.
Yeah, but I thought that was really interesting to share. But let's see where GameStock is at this week, you guys. Microsoft at 107.58, up a single cent since our last show.
Mario jumped up when.
Yeah, so just a single cent. That's it. Take-Two is at $124.30, which is actually down almost $2 since our last episode. And their second quarter earnings were slightly higher than expected, despite their stock price being down a little bit. Sony is at $54.66, up nearly $3. And their earnings actually have grown about 5% this year so far.
Yeah,
maybe it's time to invest in Sony.
Doing well.
Or slow grow.
EA, this is the stock that Shalene had backed out of. And boy, would you be happy, Shalene, because they're down by $6 more on top of the 17
I
since
got
our
out
last show.
Just in time.
Good intuition.
They're selling at $124.01. And MarketWatch.com states that along with Facebook, Netflix, and Tesla, EA has taken one of the most brutal hits recently.
Good. They deserve it.
Market. Yeah. Activision Blizzard is at $73.75, down almost an additional $5 after a weak earnings call. Nintendo has risen to $320.71 US, and they're expecting some more growth there. GameStop is holding pretty steady at $15.33, up 71, and Ubisoft has dropped nearly €10 to $100.75. Interestingly enough, Ubisoft stock is actually up roughly around 400% in the last 3 years, which has driven the stock's PE ratio to an expensive-looking 60-time trailing earnings. So, but they expect strong growth over the next year, and their fiscal ends in March, so they're expecting some income growth of about 63% to 440 million euros by their next fiscal. So that's GameStop for you.
It blows my mind that GameStop is holding up. I mean, the last time I went in there, they didn't even know who I am. I mean, like they're not doing well.
Yeah,
not doing well.
Yeah, but we expected this. I mean, Shalene's clairvoyancy alone.
That's true. That's true. So, have you invested in any more game companies?
I haven't yet. I haven't picked out my next stock purchase.
Sony's?
I'd kind of like to go with Ubisoft, but I'm limited by what's on this Robinhood app that I'm using. So I don't know. I just haven't picked my next stock, so this money's just sitting there, not earning anything.
I feel like Sony might be a good choice.
You think Sony's a good buy? Let's buy some Sony.
I mean, they're only going up, and it's only at $54.
Mm-hmm.
I can afford 3 shares of Sony.
Well.
Yeah. I would like to buy.
Oh, never mind.
Shares,
never
please.
mind. I only have enough for 2 shares of Sony.
Oh, this is on your
What is this?
investor account. Yeah.
Yeah, she's got
Without putting
an app.
more money into it.
Yeah, I'm not. I started out with $100 and I'm at $170. It says I must have something else. What is
Great.
this?
So next week, or in 2 weeks, Shalene's going to come back with Sony and be like, young peasants, I've made so much
okay.
money.
And then the government's going to be like, excuse me.
Okay. I figured out how to make it work. So 3 shares of Sony, order received.
Oh, you just bought shares right now.
Yes.
Well, tomorrow at open, but
I need to really start taking sound bites of this show and like sound drops.
Yeah, we should.
Doing that. We're like every once in a while I'll just pop in and Shalene will be like, I just figured out how to make it work.
Yeah, here we are again, planning the show on the show. As always, we never let you lovely listeners down.
Indeed.
But why don't we talk about what we've been playing over the last 2 weeks? Rick?
So this past week has been a bummer. I've been in Virginia and elsewhere, so it's like I didn't get a chance to play much. But the week before that, I played a ton of Destiny. Destiny right now has an event going on that's leading up to the Forsaken DLC.
That's right.
Yeah, I know. It's sad because Nathan Drake is the voice of... I can't remember his name now. It's
the
just
voice of America?
Up. He's the voice of all of us, really.
Nolan North.
Well, no, Nathan Drake was, geez, did I say Nathan Drake?
Yeah.
I didn't mean that at all. Nathan Fillion is the voice of Cade.
Really? Oh, yes.
In Destiny, and
except now.
He died. Cade did, not Nathan Fillion.
But wasn't Nolan North the voice of Cade in the new thing?
Yes, Nolan North is the voice of Cade in the Forsaken thing. So it's not going to be...
Because this couldn't get any more confusing.
I know.
It's the second cousin twice removed of the...
Nolan North also did Nathan Drake. So it's all over the place. Anyway, the point is, it's going to be good. I do like Nolan North. Nolan North is friends with Nathan Fillion in real life, and I think that it's going to be a good match at least, because they're both kind of whimsical, goofy people. But I've been doing this grind to get this armor set and level 400 armor before the new DLC comes out, which increases the armor power, and I was grinding to get that, and I'm close. All I need is like some PvP wins. I need 2 more, I think, and then I've got those. And so yeah, I love Destiny. It's one of the smoothest shooters I've played in a very long time. It's funny. I've always heard people say that Fallout 4's combat is clunky. And like coming from Vegas and 3, I'm like, oh, it's Fallout 4 is smooth as butter, man. It's great. It's awesome. Well, after playing Destiny, then jumping back on Fallout 4, I'm like, what is this? Like, I move my mouse once, like millimeter, and it jumps 3 feet over.
Gosh.
But it's just... it's completely different platform, obviously. Yes, Zach, Nathan Fillion was Buck in Halo. Basically, Halo ODST was like the cast of Firefly, just in a Bungie game.
I loved Halo ODST.
I loved Firefly and Halo ODST because of that reason. And so yeah. We also last week played some Sea of Thieves together.
Sea of
Thieves. And we had a lot of fun playing that, I believe.
I just imagine this pirate on this little sloop filled with sieves, stealing sieves. Thief of sieves.
So that was fun. We went and did a bunch of gold missions. We tried to become part of another ship's armada.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh, Shalene.
We have to tell our story later.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, that didn't work. So I'll let them fill you in on that shenanigans. But last fortnight, Gamestack, we talked about Hellblade VR becoming a thing. And I had the opportunity to play Hellblade VR.
What?
And it wasn't very good.
Really? See, I'm not surprised by that.
So, I shouldn't have been either. I shouldn't have been surprised. I was. Because I think this was a Microsoft's decision where somebody up there was like, yeah, this would be great in VR. It'd be great. Scary, jumpy, and scary. Yeah, let's just make it happen. And they didn't bother to think, like, how can we take this and shove it into VR because it's completely different. Now, it's over-the-shoulder cam still. It's not first person. So, like, you have to adjust the vertical and horizontal axes to, like, not make it feel like you're staring at her neck or getting a piggyback ride from her. The other thing is the cinematics. Oh, my gosh. The cinematics, dude. The cinematics, whenever that happens, it zooms out into a small screen.
What? That is so weird.
That's just bad coding. That's bad coding.
And you don't use the mouse. You use the WASD and the arrow keys to and like it's just not smooth. It would have been much better if they let you use the mouse to like look around like in the normal game and use your head for peripheral kind of movement. But alas, they don't. And what it did though, it it made me remember how beautiful the game was. Like, oh man, this game was so much more beautiful on my screen. And this game's combat is so much fun. Asher Dusk says, sounds as smooth as a cobblestone road. You nailed it. And it made me remember how awesome this game was. And the whole time I'm playing it, I'm like, I want to go play this on PC now. Like, I want to just take this off and play this on PC.
Yeah.
And so yeah, Hellblade still is a great game on VR. Don't bypass it. Play it on the screen. If you bought a VR and you're like at this point where you don't have many games and you just need to play something, sure, give it a shot. But
Zach says No Man's Sky, that would be good on VR.
Yeah, he's been posting a lot of screenshots in Discord and they're amazing. I don't have a lot of time to play. It's killing me.
Yeah, there's a new update, isn't there?
Experimental update for PC. And also for my birthday, because it's my birthday on Sunday, a buddy of mine just gifted me Metro Last Light the redo. So I'm gonna have to find time to play that. And then he also gifted me Metro Exodus. So whenever that comes out, I will be disappeared playing that game.
Neato.
Nice.
There's too much to play. Anyway, vendor.
What a good problem to have.
I know, right?
Yeah. Well, you know how last week we were talking about getting to our backlogs?
Yes.
So I got back to playing a few games that have been in my backlog. First one is Stellar Overload. And I'm such a nerd because this game is like still in early access from like, I don't know, 2016 or 15 or something like that. And I haven't been able to find anybody on Twitch that streams it. But I love this game so much, you guys. It is so endearing. It's if you ever wanted to like have like a Zen session while you play video games, play Stellar Overload. It is so fun. It's kind of like Minecraft, but not Minecraft. So everything is very like geometric, but there's like this incredible storyline in this quest line. You wake up as this person in this little village, and you have to do this rite of passage before you can actually become a villager. And then the story behind it is that there's these robots that are taking over the planet, and you have to like save the planet. But all of the planets in this like universe, Stellar Overload, are all square. So like when you want to walk around the planet, and they're small, the planets are really small. Like you can walk around the whole planet. But when you walk to one edge, you like fall off onto the other side of the square. No. It's really cool. And you can like mine and dig tunnels through the whole thing. Actually, you know, one of the funny things is I was digging through a tunnel looking for some sort of ore or something. And I think I got to the middle because I actually flipped around.
Oh, wow.
Like when I got to the middle, it turned me, it flipped me around the other way. And I was like, oh, I must be in the middle because, yeah. So it's entertaining. I like the storyline and the robots that are in it, of course.
Of course.
I've also been playing Ark. You guys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I got back to Ark.
Nice.
So
are you in full obsession mode yet?
Almost. So there's a tech event going on right now where you can get dinos that have they're like robots, you guys.
Wow.
Dinobots.
Dinobots. Robo dinos.
Do they transform?
No, but they're cool and they light up and stuff. So
very cool.
It's good enough for me. I started a new base in the castle on Ragnarok with 4 Mile, which was quite an experience. We had to go in and clear out all of the bats, which was incredibly scary.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to, under the castle, there's like dungeons. And you have to go down these stairs. And mind you, we were clearing out the castle, pitch black, middle of the night on the map. And all we had were the flashlights on our guns, and we're like going down these corridors.
That's like survival horror.
It was so scary. And then there's like a spider that would just come out of nowhere, and you'd be like, ah. We ended up clearing out everything, and we're very excited to start building in the castle. We actually even really haven't built anything yet, but we're in the planning phase, so it's going to be a good time. Definitely probably going to play some late night Ark tonight, I think. I've gotten to playing some Stardew Valley. Yeah, I got a little bit back to it with the multiplayer update, although I haven't been able to play multiplayer with anybody yet. I'm very excited. So if anybody wants to play multiplayer Stardew Valley, just hit me up. I started a farm, Shalene.
Yeah.
I'm scared, but I haven't done anything because
Wouldn't you get eaten by a turnip?
Are they gonna have
Parsnip,
crossplay? Are they gonna have crossplay with Switch?
I don't know. That's why I'm waiting. I'm trying not to do too much in the game itself.
I want to get it on Switch.
Yeah, I want to make sure that like if we do play it together, that we're kind of starting out at the same thing. And it's a fairly foreign game to me. Like I haven't really played a lot of it. I've maybe put 10 hours in. I know enough to kind of get around the mechanics a little bit, but it's a super cute game. It's very endearing.
Cool.
Yeah, Life is Strange was good. We had our Life is Strange, Days of Our Life is Strange, the final episode, episode 5.
Right.
Which was just messed.
Very trippy. Lots of bad stealth.
You know what? Hey, can you look? I missed the ending of that. I had to leave.
Oh.
I completely missed how everything went down. I just remember you guys were constantly getting electrocuted in a diner trying to save someone.
Yeah, so, I think the consensus between Shalene and I is that 5th episode really isn't that great.
No, it's not up to the same standard as the rest of the episodes. It's really not.
It really isn't.
Yeah.
But
it felt like
you have
there was
a
a lot of
choice.
filler.
We had a choice, didn't we, Shalene?
We did have a choice. We made the right choice.
What choice was that?
Are we gonna spoil a 5-year-old game?
Yes.
Yeah.
We saved Chloe. Of course we saved Chloe.
We killed everybody in Arcadia,
including Joyce, which we did have some regrets about. R.I.P. Joyce.
So you know what I just thought about, Shalene, though? Not only did we kill Chloe's dad,
we killed her mom too.
So wait, let me get this straight. You killed literally everyone in Arcadia Bay to save one person?
Yes.
What's wrong with you people?
And then we got in the truck and we drove to California.
Yes.
Or what I assume was California, because they always talk about going to LA.
Yeah, I assumed they were going to LA. Become stars.
Yeah. So that was a thing that happened. It was a weird, very short-lived ending. Like it was this long, drawn-out thing with this puzzle, and like I don't know, the fillers. It wasn't that entertaining. And then it just kind of ended.
To Christ, that when the apocalypse comes, the decision is not down to you two, and either like the choice would be like, either one of you got to shoot the other, or everyone dies.
No, the choice will be like, should we save Rick and keep doing the show, or let everybody else die?
You better shoot me in the face.
No, I never could. The world would be just the three of us together.
Yeah.
I could never do that. I could never do that.
What a ghastly prospect.
That's what I like. For me, it would be an easy choice. Like in the game, it would be an easy choice.
I know, you would shoot us in the face. We know. You would shoot us in the face.
Actually, they'd give you the gun. You would accidentally shoot me because
but I would only shoot you like in the butt. You would still be fine.
Shalene has a very heavy index finger. Guns often misfire accidentally.
Chat room's like, what about us? Well, apparently you don't matter. You matter to me, folks. No, my favorite moment in gaming with you two, I think, was really when we were playing PUBG, and I'm like crawling up, and all of a sudden, tonk! I'm like, oh, who's shooting at me? Shalene's like, I'm shooting at one.
I know. I was like, I got him, Rick. Got him.
That's me.
There I was thinking I was protecting you. I was like, some guy is creeping up the side of this building. I gotta get him. It was Rick.
I think that's what I loved about PUBG the most, is how like Rick was just all business, and Shalene, you and I were like the Mr. Magoos of PUBG. We just
what I can't get over the fact that they took away the clothes from PUBG.
No.
Like, you can't just find all these, random pairs of pants and stuff laying around in PUBG anymore.
That's kind of when we started abandoning it.
Yeah, that was I just
Yep.
Oh man.
Oh well.
Well, Sea of Thieves is fun. I like playing that with you guys.
And
then we certainly had a time the other night, didn't we, Shalene?
Oh, heavens, tell them about it.
Oh my god. Okay, so Shalene and I Rick, I think you were on the road. So, yeah, you've been away this week, right? So Shalene and I decided, well, let's just hop on some Sea of Thieves. Just quick, nightcap.
This one.
So we hopped on Sea of Thieves and we got a brigantine. And we thought, it's big, but I'm sure we could manage it. And boy, did we manage it.
You can do two people on a brigantine?
Yeah, you can. We sailed all over. And we had like chests and explodey barrels and like silver and stuff. And we got to our final island.
Right.
And it was just this really, really small island.
We were trying to catch pigs.
We were trying to catch pigs. We had these cages. And I think, Shalene, you just had one cage. I was on the boat.
Right. I had one
cage. And we had our
cage.
chests and some cages on the boat as well. And you were running around the island. And these guys roll up in this. Was it a sloop? I think it was.
I think it was a brig.
Was it a brigantine?
It might have been a sloop. I don't know.
Anyways, I don't know what the conversation you guys had because for some reason in Sea of Thieves, I can't hear any of the proximity chat.
Maybe it's because you're Canadian.
Maybe.
No, like really, maybe they've done some kind of a block or something because of.
So you're gonna have to tell them what you heard because I don't know what happened about that part.
Okay, so they were rolling up on us, and we were a little scared, and we were like trying to say, "Hey, we're friendly," and I'm putting that in the text chat, like friendly. And Vendertron accidentally fires a shot at
It's a friendly shot. It's a friendly shot.
At our own boat.
Yeah. And I was like, friendly. And they start shouting at us, friendly.
Oh,
and we're like, yeah, us too. Sorry, like friendly.
Never take me to any diplomatic relations whatsoever.
They park their boat next to our boat, right?
Yeah.
And
oh no.
And I'm running to the cannons and I'm pushing them upward, as if to say, like,
right.
Yeah.
Right. And
oh no.
So
oh no.
So Shalene's talking to them and they have this conversation, and they want to buy our boat.
Yes, and I'm like, I don't. Yeah, they want our boat. And I'm like, but guys, that's not going to work because as soon as we die somewhere, we're just going to pop right back up on the boat. Like, and he's trying to tell me all this stuff that he can give us gold and he can give us chests and stuff. And, but they want their friends to get our boat on the same server with them so they can have two boats or whatever. And I'm like, guys, that's not going to work. And they're like, yeah, you'll have to leave the server after you give us your boat. And I'm like, after we leave the server, this boat will sink. Like it's
yeah, like they just didn't get it.
That's not how it works. And finally, we just tell them like, no, we don't want to trade out our boat or sell our boat or whatever. Like, that's not something we're interested in. We're just gonna catch our pig and be on our way. Y'all have a nice day, right?
Just
have a nice day.
So Shalene is still off the boat on the island, running around after this pig with a cage, and I'm like, okay, Shalene, I'm gonna stay on the boat because like I got a funny feeling about this. And no sooner did I say that, they just like opened up fire with their cannons and started firing on our boat. And I tried to get to one of our cannons to start firing back, but they kept shooting our cannon and it kept knocking me off the cannon.
Good tactic.
And I jumped on the boat and I was repairing holes, and they had positioned themselves exactly perfectly broadside us. So they were putting so many holes in our boat so quickly, it was impossible to repair them in time. And so the boat went down, and Vendertron is messaging them. You guys are jerks. And I'm like, rude. And they're like, Davy Jones with ya, and like, yar.
So when I knew that our boat was going to start sinking and there was no fighting chance for us, I climbed up to the crow's nest and I got an explodey barrel and I dove off into the water. And I was swimming for their boat, and that's when they hightailed her out of there.
Yeah.
They took off.
Oh.
And I went swimming after them, but Shalene, you ended up dying or something?
No, we had a captain's chest, And we talked about, like, well, do we want to scrub it for tonight, or do we want to try and get this captain's chest back and sell it? And we were like, we're not going to let them ruin our good night. We're going to get this captain's chest, and we're going to sell it. Yeah. So, Vendortron gathered up the captain's chest and our explodey barrels and put them on the beach.
Keep in mind, everything was floating in the water when our boat sank.
And they didn't take any of it?
No.
They just sailed off.
They were just murdered us. They didn't want our stuff. They just wanted to grief us. Mm-hmm. And so Vendor was standing on the shore, like, protecting our stuff, and he's being bombarded by skeletons. And I took a mermaid back to the pier to get us a boat. So I had to pilot the brigantine back to where Vendor. It was like 16 squares away on the map, and I was all alone, and it was raining, and I'm not that good at driving the boat, but I did it, guys. I got the boat back there, and I just felt like such a hero, like standing on the deck of the ship.
It was amazing. It was so triumphant. Meanwhile, I am on this little island by myself with no ammo left, fighting off these skeletons, and I'm like hiding the chests and the explodey barrels because in case those guys come back.
Yeah.
It was really great.
And I was so proud that I successfully navigated to the island and
I was so proud.
Picked up Vendortron. It was great.
That's awesome.
It was so fun.
You did most of the driving that night.
I did. It was fun. I parked us one time, like, right over the island, like, as close as you could possibly get without running aground.
Yeah. That was that picture we sent you, Rick.
Remember?
Yes, I saw that. That was awesome.
Oh, man, it was so fun. I only wrecked one time.
Wow, that's impressive, honestly.
Yeah.
And really, it was my fault because I didn't pull the anchor soon enough, so.
Oh.
Yeah,
you know,
we had a great time.
I will say, this is why that you guys, I would have made the call to sink that ship, like, really quick. But you guys would have been like, no, they're friendly.
Yeah. And you probably would have gone along with us that time, and then you would have been mad at us when they sunk our ship.
Yeah.
No, that's amazing. That is an amazing.
It was really fun.
You know, despite the outcome, it was one of the better Sea of Thieves stories.
That's awesome.
I was really proud that we got that captain's chest, and it's worth like 300 gold.
Oh.
Yeah.
But validation though.
But you know, those animal quests, they're not worth the time.
I'm done with those animal quests, man. They're just
I thought you would have been like all about them still.
Well, I mean, the chickens are cute and the pigs and stuff, but those snakes are jerks.
It's so much
trouble. The snakes
trouble.
can just
Yeah, well, we know about the snakes. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna go stick it in crow's nest.
Yeah.
I thought it would be out of the way.
I was gonna put it up here.
Gosh.
I thought it would be out. So, guys, the story behind this: I find a snake basket, right? So I put a snake in the basket, thinking, let's sell this when we get back to port, right?
Right, because money is money, right?
The snakes bite you, right? From the basket, they rise up and bite you. So I thought, I'm gonna put him in the crow's nest so that he'll be out of the way. He won't bother anybody. And we can get him back to the port. And I put him up there in the crow's nest. And then this other crew rolls up and they're like, hey, you guys want to join our alliance? And we're like, sure, why not? They're like, yeah, we're all going to go take on the
Skull Island.
The Skull Island.
I think Archon was playing with us then, wasn't he?
No, we tried to get him in, but he wasn't there.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's right. And so we're like, yeah, let's do it. We'll join up with you guys. It'll be fun. And we're like, how? And they're like, you have to go up into your flag, into the crow's nest, into the flag thing. And
we're like, oh no.
And we're like, about that. And the girl from the other crew's like, look, I'll show you. And she goes up there and we're like, stop!
Don't
There's
do
a snake up there. Stop! So she's standing up there playing the accordion to keep the snake calm while we're fiddling with our flags. We're all getting bitten. It was just ridiculous. It was so dumb.
Snake.
It was so dumb, you guys.
I just remember getting back to port, and all three of us were like, "Okay, sell that damn thing."
Yeah, it's just done with it.
So I took the snake. I was like, "I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. I'll never do it again." And he was biting me, and like they didn't feel sorry at all because I deserved it.
Dumb.
Gosh. Anyways,
what
else did you play,
Hunter?
Shalene?
Okay.
That's all I played. Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, you guys. A lot of Pocket Camp. I know. But, like, so Pocket Camp has these events, right? Sometimes there are scavenger hunts, sometimes there are gardening events. But my jam is the fishing tourney, right? I love the fishing tourney. And the fishing tourney, you get this quest giver named Chip, right? And Chip is basically Norm from Cheers if he was an anthropomorphic beaver. So you catch the fish and you feed them to Chip, right? And he measures the fish and you get prizes.
Yeah, it's a little short there.
So I love the fishing tourneys, guys. I love them. And I have a special outfit that I wear during fishing tourney. I have like a cargo vest and these little pants that go with the cargo vest and little hiking boots and a little bucket hat, and I go fishing, right?
It is such a game for you.
I know.
And one of the this fishing tourney has some great prizes, right? There's a lot of Indian themed stuff. You can get sari and like a neat elephant statue and like some great stuff.
A lot of what?
Indian stuff, like a sari, like a dress, like in
like Navajo, like kind of style.
My head clicked over to like the game. Sorry, I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah,
is
like
no, like
dice.
it's in the country India, like clothes from the country India.
That's why I was confused.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's got all these great stuff, but I don't really care about that because the final prize after you get the golden trophy is Chip's hat and vest.
Oh.
And I want this so bad. I want this little stupid hat and vest. And I have been like setting alarms so that I don't miss the fishing tourney. By the way, make sure I fish before 9 p.m.
Oh
okay?
My gosh.
I've been going so hard at this fishing tourney in Pocket Camp. It's amazing.
In my time zone, you missed it.
Oh,
also,
yeah.
Sean Aiken says sorry, like from Mass Effect. That's nice. Good job.
Nice. But lots of Pocket Camp. And I played a little game called Hunter, A Call of the Wild. Yes, which is
this is a new game for you?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the first time I'd played it. So the story of this comes from my niece and nephew who came to visit. And my nephew brought this game and he wanted to play it real bad. So I installed it while we were at the park, and then when we got back, we played it. And by we played it, I mean like I watched him play. And I thought, man, this looks great. Like, this game looks so relaxing. So after he left, I was like, I think I want to play that game. And
it's like the world we live in, where when the kids go to bed, you go back to playing the games you were playing with them.
So it was actually one of the, when I bought Sea of Thieves, I didn't just buy Sea of Thieves. I bought the Game Pass. The Xbox Game Pass, and this game was on Game Pass.
Nice.
So I was like,
Did you get clothes? Did you get clothes with that pass? Did you check to see?
Was she supposed to get clothes?
Well, because I got clothes.
No, you got clothes because you pre-ordered the game. You bought the actual game, remember? And then you refunded the game.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but you got to keep the clothes.
Oh, that's right. His trust fund clothes.
His trust fund clothes for Sea of
Dear
Thieves.
son, we are sending you clothes.
Okay,
as
never
you're
mind.
Pouting and gallivanting about.
So
And the rest of us had to earn money for our clothes.
I boot up this game, and it's a gorgeous, gorgeous landscape. And so basically, it's very standard, just like if you played back in when we were all in school. If you played any of those like Buck Hunter games, it's basically that, only pretty. So I was walking through this forest. I stalked some poor deer across a mountain for 6 miles and Like, I had shot it, and it didn't die. And I was tracking it by the blood spatter, right? And somewhere along the way, like, it found a first aid kit and patched itself up. And there was no more blood trail to follow. I don't know. But it was really fun just walking through this forest, stalking the little animals. It was fun. I enjoyed it. It was relaxing.
It's an animalistic side to you, Shalene.
Gosh, so carnivorous.
It was a fun game. It was a video game.
Sometimes I just want to shoot a little bunny rabbit.
Hey.
Bunnies are also
Set the kettle.
game.
Just
set the kettle to the pot.
So why is it okay for us to murder people in video games, but not hunt?
I've never hunted in my life.
Video games, guys. They're video games. It was fun. For the challenge this week, I picked up a game called Candle. And Candle is a game that I kickstarted like years ago. 2D platformer. I kickstarted a really long time ago. We got the Kickstarter reward game, and I just never got around to playing it. I never did. Mm-hmm. And I thought, ooh, I should go back to this and check it out. And it is some gorgeous, gorgeous art. This game is so beautiful, and it's formed around this this little whimsical character who looks a little bit like the Koroks from Breath of the Wild. Mm-hmm. And he has a candle attached to one of his hands, and that was pretty cool, you know, his little candle. But the thing about this game, I wanted to love it so much.
Yes.
It was so charming. It was so beautiful. I wanted to love it, guys. But it turns out that I have a pretty high standard for what the controls of a 2D platformer need to do, and it's not there.
Oh,
I was not enjoying the gameplay one bit. So
bummer.
Yeah, that was my experience with Candle. I can't recommend it. It was so pretty. Can't recommend it.
I hate that when you buy a game for its aesthetics and it turns out to be a flop.
But,
which is not the case for me with Stellar Overload. I bought that game because it looked really pretty, and it is pretty, and it's fun to play. But yeah, that's too bad. All right, I'll cross that one off the list.
So that's my gameplay.
Cool. I did not have a game to clear off for my challenge. I'm still working through Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Hellblade VR I think counts.
That's true.
Oh, are we doing the challenge now?
Except it wasn't really in your backlog.
You kind of segued right into that one.
I guess I did, didn't I? Well,
you walked right into that house and was like, "Oh, I'm here now."
Shall we just do it? Here's my my little picture of Candle, and you can see up here on the side how beautiful. It's like hand watercolored. Wow. How beautiful. And the layers when you're actually in the gameplay, just so beautifully done. So beautifully done. The sound is good. There was a charming narrator.
It looks beautiful, yeah.
So gorgeous. I wanted to love it so much. I wanted to love it. Oh, there was this one like in the tutorial. I really love this, guys. And there's like this bad guy, right? And he like burned your village and kidnapped the shaman or whatever. And he's standing there by this chasm, and you could sneak up behind him and just push him into the canyon. It was great. It was so great. Yeah, I just creeped up behind him and poof, it was great. Okay, and the next one was from Archin. He says, working on an old game, but I may have bit off more than I can chew. And it shows here that he's been getting some Minecraft achievements. Let me just shrink this so we can see. Oh, no, that's it. That's all of it. I was shrinking it so we could see more of the tweet, but that was all. Sorry. But, yeah, it was some Minecraft stuff, so.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah. I almost just shut off OBS.
I just had a panic attack there. Yeah.
Well, I almost just killed the stream.
My challenge entry is my background. This is Stellar Overload, you guys. So that is the picture. This is my house, right here.
Oh, cool.
Over this way. This is my house. Right here. This is my house.
Which way did it go, George?
Which way did it go? Oh gosh.
Okay, but that.
So do we have another challenge, Shalene?
We do, and why don't you tell us about it?
Right, we have another challenge. I knew that. We were trying to figure out what we should do for a challenge this week, and the three of us have been just so beat and mentally checked out that we thought that we would reach out to the lovely people in our Discord. And so we posed the question, what kind of challenge you guys want to do this week? First response gets posted on the show, and Asher Dusk came up with a great idea for a challenge.
I love this.
They said, let's do the most embarrassing death screenshot.
Ooh.
That's a really good one. Really good one.
So how can people make sure that they submit their challenge?
You can submit those challenges on Twitter using the hashtag GamestackChallenge. You can also tag us in those tweets at We Just Love Games, but use that hashtag GamestackChallenge. If you refuse to use Twitter, then email is also an option, info@wejustlovegames.com. But the only way that we can guarantee we will see it is if you use that hashtag.
Mm-hmm.
And try to get them in before Friday. Try to get them in on Thursday.
Thursday is ideal. If you could get them by Thursday. We usually work on the show Thursday evenings, so.
Yes.
Indeed. Usually. So, guys.
Oops.
You want me to read this email?
Oh, we have an email?
We do have an email, yeah. I didn't realize we had one, but here it is. Shall I read it?
Let's read it.
Hey guys, love the show. I'm glad I could tune in every week to join the podcast and listen to the ramblings of the week. Anyways, I thought I would write this email because we didn't get any listener emails this week and wanted to say that people can write into the show by sending an email to info@wejustlovegames.com. That's info@wejustlovegames.com. Your pal, Vendor.
It's so meta.
It's so lonely at the top.
Oh
dear.
man, you guys.
Yeah, send us
We
emails.
are writing emails to ourselves. Please send us emails.
It's so sad.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh. Well, I guess that's a show, hey?
That's a show.
Let's stick a fork in it. We're done.
Mm.
Somebody do this outro. That's not me.
So, we would like to take this moment and talk about next Friday and say that our sister or brother, our sibling podcast, that's the word I was looking for, our sibling podcast, that Fallout show, airs at this channel, twitch.tv/wejustlovegames at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But more importantly, honestly, this week is the Carries Fund charity stream that is happening next Sunday, August 26th, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Please be there. There's some fun stuff that's going to be happening. You know, we're going to be having fun while hopefully raising money for someone who really desperately needs it.
Guys, can you imagine just how nonsense we are going to be like at hour 10 of this show?
Oh, it's going to be ridiculous.
It's going to be so great. We should probably plan to play Sea of Thieves around that time. It'll be a disaster.
It's going to be awful. It's going to be great. But we will be doing it for all the right reasons. So please join us August 26th, 10 a.m. to 10
Bring
p.m. for
your
our
checkbook.
your bottle caps.
Cash in all of your game stocks.
Definitely.
Yes.
Please. For everyone who ever wanted to help donate to the show, who asked if we had a Patreon, now is your time to use that money for something better than our show. And that's another person's life. So please join us then. 10 a.m. in Eastern Standard Time.
No! 10 a.m. Mountain Time.
That's like 8 for us. That's so early.
I can't stay up till midnight on a school night, Rick.
10 a.m. Mountain.
Yeah.
Hey, it works for me. On a school night.
No, Rick is 2 hours
no,
ahead
that would
of
be
us.
early for us. Okay, that's fine with me.
8 a.m. till 8?
That's fine with me.
Now I'm confused.
Yeah.
We're
10
earlier
a.m.
than
Eastern
you.
time.
We're earlier than you.
10 a.m.
That's
Eastern,
fine.
Shalene?
That's fine with me. I thought it was
Okay.
going to be late.
Okay. Great. So 10 a.m. Eastern time.
I got confused. Usually I'm the one who has the time zones right, but this time it just I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm not going to talk anymore.
And just to say one other thing, you heard it first here, guys, that we're announcing this charity stream. So make sure that you, when we put the tweets out and everything, make sure that you retweet it and share it with your friends. Share it on other podcasts or with other podcasts if they want to talk about it as well. Really try to get it out there because we're not entirely sure if anybody else is doing anything.
So tweet it out there, and we'll get the word out. And then if you want more information on that, you can always email us, or if you want to talk to us at all, email us at info@WeJustLoveGames. We love hearing from you guys. Your messages mean the world to us. And email us at info@WeJustLoveGames. You can also find us on Twitter at WeJustLoveGames. Also, you can find Shalene at Shalenell. You can find me at Rick McVick, and you can find Vendertron at VendertronIn. You can also check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/WeJustLoveGames, and facebook.com/groups/WeJustLoveGames for our group. You can also check out our Discord. It's public. All you got to do is just message us, I think, or do we post that publicly now?
It's posted somewhere, but if you can't find it, just shoot us a message.
Yeah, just message us. We'll get you a link to that. It's a growing community of gamers who are talking about anything from beer to No Man's Sky, and there's a few voice channels in there, and we'll be doing some cool stuff coming up as well. So it's just all over the place. So come out, check our Discord out. It's like the chat room extended.
It absolutely is.
What?
No, I was just agreeing with you. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, great.
Woo! We've been doing that a lot tonight, haven't we?
I know. It's been disconnected. Live recording of this show happens at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time at twitch.tv/WeJustLoveGames. And for those of you in the right time zone, that's 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here at Twitch. We're on YouTube as well, so please go to our channel, check it out. We're also on iTunes and Stitcher Radio. We're on Spotify. We're on Google Play, and soon you can get our show on Alexa. I'll let you know when that happens. So you can say, Alexa, play Gamestack Podcast Episode 1, and it'll go, or whatever it does.
Are you serious? So cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That's coming down the road.
Oh my gosh. So if we're doing a podcast, Shalene's Alexa will just randomly go off while we're doing a podcast because she's talking about Gamestack and how Alexa is always listening to every conversation that you're having.
You would probably have to prompt Alexa in some way, shape, or form
just
first.
Laugh disquietingly in the corner?
Dr. TFA says, Alexa, play Despacito.
So anyway, that's going to be a thing coming up down the line. So please, on any platform you choose, like, subscribe, or pop a review. If you leave a review on iTunes and it's 5 stars, we will shout you out at the beginning of the show. Thank you so much for listening, and I believe we have one final word.
Oh, guys, I'm ready to play Sea of Thieves. I'm so ready.